Hi Aquarius, welcome back to Wandering Magic. These are going to be your November 2025 messages, and it's going to be for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Before we get started, quick note that Mercury's in retrograde, and it's going to be from November 9th to November 29th. And remember, we have 2 weeks pre and post shadow, so like before and after. And then Neptune is in retrograde in Pisces, and that is going to be happening through December 10th. So what does a lot of us know what Mercury retrograde brings, right? Miscommunication, technology issues, all the things. But Neptune is dissolving illusions. It's bringing truth to the forefront, and also it's bringing mental clarity. So unfortunately, air signs, which would be Aquarius, you guys are a little on the challenging side of this. Challenging in the sense of you're just not sure how to hone in on your intuition. Maybe you're not remembering your dreams. Something just feels a little bit off. And so it just means that you need to work a little bit harder this month to really honor discernment, okay? So we're gonna get into these with our Kipper messages here, and bear with me when you see these. So we have child, false person, and journey. Okay. There's definitely a newness coming to the front. Now, I want to say, because of Neptune, now is not the time to focus on the something new. This is the time to focus on the right now. But what I want to say is, because this card is showing up, this is presenting itself in a way to show you something different is trying to make its way in, and it will make its way soon, very shortly, actually. I'm thinking it's going to be sometime like in December through January, like that time frame. I feel like I want to tell you with this false person to just be yourself. Be yourself, because I feel like you're in this moment. This is a journey of self, discovering what it is that you want to do, how you're going to get there, and you're just kind of chugging and making your way through, right? It's right now. The only thing that you really need to be concerned about is this is where exactly you need to be in the journey, honoring this part, just being here, and realizing, like, not focusing on the something new, but know that it is eventually coming because you're making your way there. And throughout this, again, with the false person, this is trying to figure out within yourself, what is it that you want? How can you get there eventually? But this is focusing in on the present. So are you doing everything in your power right now that you possibly can to succeed? Do you need to up the ante a little bit? With your oracle message with teacher in reverse, I feel like you need to unlearn a few things, break a few bad habits, figure out other ways to do this or that. This is really about also utilizing your resources. So maybe there's a teacher, and if you're not in school, this could be like people that you look up to, that have put you on the right path, that have taught you certain things or bought you certain lessons. You need to unlearn something, or you need to lean on someone for support. And speaking of, takes us into our tarot message. We have the Moon card in reverse, we have the Page of Wands, and we have the Three of Cups. This Page of Wands is showing up upright and in reverse in almost every reading. It's insane. And it's different for everybody. So let's get into it. Remember we talked about dissolving illusions and how challenging it was going to be for Aquarius? Well, there it is. The Moon card in reverse. I do feel like this is dissolving the illusions and seeing things for what they actually are. Making some discoveries, if you will. I'm also getting, with this Moon in reverse, maybe work on those manifestations. Really brush up on the things and figure out what it is that you want to do for yourself, your future, for your life. And make sure that those goals are still in line with who you are today, not with who you were before. I feel like Mercury retrograde might be also amplifying this for you, reevaluating the things from the past. They're peaking, you know, back up again, and it's just a time to just revisit and ask yourself, like, what is driving me forward? What is going to make me feel good? Because I feel like you're not only in the pursuit of happiness, but you are in this mode in life where you just want to like celebrate the small wins. And if you find that you're not doing that, you should be doing that, because small victories, like a bunch of small victories, can just continue to grow into something bigger and greater. So being grateful is another big message that's been coming through for everybody, and really reevaluating goals and things of that nature. So this is a really good time to get all this done, especially because it's colder, or the months are getting colder, at least like in general. I'm on the east coast of the US, and this is like hibernation, if you will, but it doesn't mean like don't do anything. It just means like there's this intentional slowdown, right? Also, with the Three of Cups showing up here, similar to the Teacher card in reverse, the Oracle message, this is your support system. People are actually supporting you and your goals and your endeavors, and really aligning yourself and putting yourself intentionally around people that think like you, that are goal oriented like you, that don't put you down, that uplift you in those moments. And you know, I kind of hear some of you saying like, I don't need somebody to make me like feel good, right? But if someone is taking you out of character, if someone is pulling you out of your element, if someone is like a negative Nancy, those things can they can take a toll on you a little bit, and they can affect you in ways that might be tapping into your subconscious. So surrounding yourself with people that are uplifting and positive and supportive, and really that you are your support system as much as they are for you. So this is like another message coming in, like, are things being like, do you have equal relationships? Like, you know, do you reach out to people as much as they reach out to you? Do you, you know, fill in the blank, like whatever that looks like. Just make sure like things are like the give and take is equal, or pretty equal, right? Because things aren't, I was just saying this earlier, that not everything has to be 50-50, but as equal as possible. So all's fair, right? The Four of Swords and the Justice, speaking of all fair, and all's fair, we are, I don't want to say that this is about resting, but it's like it's taking a beat. And when you take a beat, you have time to evaluate things. I feel like if things are constantly go, because I do feel like there's a drive, like you are in the driver's seat right now, which is amazing because it says that you're motivated. But this is just a small reminder to rest and take those rests when you need them, because burnout is very real. And with this Justice card, I feel like, I don't want to say that doing the right thing is coming up, but it's more like, I feel like this has to do, sometimes you overanalyze things, or you try to say like, I need to do the right thing, but what's the right thing? You know, like, what's the right thing to you might be different from the next person. And so, again, I feel like this is that Neptune retrograde in Pisces working against your intuition, because your intuition should be like heightened right now. But with this Justice card here, I feel like there's too much logic being played out right now, and you really need to tap into what you're feeling, right? Your feelings. So try to focus in on that in November. Your angel message is yes. If you were thinking something or had a question about something, the answer is yes. And your fairy message says, come home. You seek a lost kingdom of peace you already rule. Hello. I love that. Watch your sun, moon, and rising for any additional messages, and I'll see you next time.